Really interesting challenge for the DBs of the Indianapolis Colts this weekend as they travel to Minnesota to play the Vikings. Vikings have dynamism outside. The cornerbacks are going to be tested. Stephon Gilmore and Isaiah Rodgers. Had a chance to catch up with Isaiah Rodgers today and talk about the Vikings and what it's going to take to beat the Vikings on Saturday, and what it's also, we talked for a while about what it takes to be a professional in the National Football League. Isaiah Rodgers, really interesting dude. This has been a really interesting season for you, and more you've been relied upon to do more and more stuff. Why is it that now you've kind of ascended to that place? Why is it different?
I just think really just being patient, waiting on my moment, waiting on my time, just building the trust within the organization. So I think it really just started with just coming in as a rookie, just understanding the game, understanding the speed, and learning my role, and just really embracing it.
Was there kind of a moment when the switch flipped?
Not really. I feel like it always was there. You just really got to get that opportunity. I just feel like I just maximized them.
Going up against a skill group like the Vikings have got, what's different this week?
Nothing's different. We just got to appreciate the opportunity to just play against great guys like this group. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everyone just come in and just bring your luggage and bring your baggage and just bring our game that we have, and just no matter who we play against, we all ballers at the end of the day.
I know that, one of the things you guys do, sometimes you put Gilmore on the other guy, and then you and maybe a safety over the top on the primary guy. Do you feel comfortable either way, going up against a guy like Jefferson, whether it's just you with the safety or whether it's, however that works?
It all really comes down to the scheme that we have, depending on who we're playing. It's all come down to whatever the coaches desire for us to do and whatever the best for the team. And whoever line up in front of you, just got to guard that guy depending on you're in zone and you're a man.
As fans and media, we look at what's gone on this year and we think, my God, this has got to be one of the weirdest damn things that's ever happened. Internally, is this just kind of like, hey, this week's another week, let's go? Or how do you deal with it?
No, never that. I feel like you can look at it right now. We're still in it. We just went out and play the cards right. It is what it is. But we're never just going to give up. We're never going to quit. From the outside looking in, we know internally that we still have a shot. We're going to continue fighting.
I know you've talked about it before, but how is Gus different from Matt for you?
Are really just totally two different people, but at the end of the day, they all just real smart. They have this job for a reason. At the end of the day, we just gotta embrace the role and embrace the scheme that we have.
What have you learned from Stephon?
A lot, on and off the field, just how to take care of my body, how to stay in the league within the next 5 to 10 years to try to match 10 seasons how he did. So I really just take the game that he has learned over the time, as the game has changed. I really just take it from him and just embrace it into my game.
How much of what you do is being a professional and knowing that this is the way you make a living, and how much is being competitive every Sunday and trying to get the win? Those don't have to be mutually exclusive, do they?
Oh, no. At the end of the day, it all plays together. You got to be a professional, which your profession is really to display it on Sundays or Mondays, whatever days you play. So at the end of the day, it all just comes together as one.
You've talked to guys, and Stephon's one of them, where, he's been around and he's played at different stops. This is the place you've always been. Is there a sense of teamliness for you that's kind of unique because it's the only place you've been?
Yeah, it's the organization that made my dreams come true. So at the end of the day, this is always going to have a place in my heart, and it's the only place I've been since I've been into the NFL. So it's always going to be number one home. What's the next thing for you?
I think maybe earlier this season you had to build trust with Gus. I'm guessing. What's the next that gets you to that next thing?
Continue building and continue going up. Continue just gaining the confidence in the coaching staff and the organization. Just continue just playing my role and making plays out there.
Here's another stupid question. Any of them haven't been. Go to a place like Minnesota, it's a dome, so it's climate controlled, but being in a place where it's really cold, does that bug you?
Not at all. I played in Massachusetts in college.
Oh, yeah.
And practiced in negative degrees, so and we have no indoor during the time I was there, so I'm pretty much ready for anything.
Some people get off the bus and it's cold and they're like, damn, too cold.
For sure. I feel like it's really mental. I had a coach tell me one time, no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. So just put the right clothes on. It shouldn't be cold to you.
Thanks. That's Isaiah Rodgers. And this Vikings team They don't put opponents away. They win by this much. You know, they have had one game this year that they have won by more than one possession, 8 or less in 9 of the 10 wins that the Vikings have had. So it's up to a team like the Colts to go in there and try to make the fewer amount of mistakes. And that kind of starts with the DBs. You make a mistake as a DB against the Vikings, it costs you 7. Good to catch up with Isaiah Rodgers. What a good dude.